This episode, we will visit the eagles at the Dalles Dam.
Really?
So here we are at the Dalles Dam, Dalles Visitor Center. And one of the best eagle watchers I know is April Sampson. April! 50 to 60 have been seen so far. We've had as many as 100 in previous years. And the day could not be better, could not be more beautiful. And I think we have more people than we do eagles. This is the view that pretty much every visitor to the Dalles Dam eagle watching gets. You can see the rivers in between, so there is some space for the eagles. But just wait, we're gonna get the secret special tour.
Eagles, our national bird, are rarely seen in big numbers. Who doesn't want to pause when they see a bald eagle on the side of the river or feel something when one flies overhead? Think about connectedness in the way everything we do is influenced by everything we do. This convocation of birds,
Which is what we call a group of eagles.
gives us a lot to think about.
What's going on ecologically to make this happen? Why are they here? Can we keep them here?
The search for food forces bald eagles, which nest in the northern United States and Canada, to migrate south in the late autumn and early winter when the lakes and rivers in their nesting grounds have frozen over. Bald eagle wintering grounds typically contain open water, ample food, limited human disturbance, and protective roosting sites.
We're here to ask Amber Tilton with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, aka the Dam Ranger, why the eagles are choosing the Dalles Dam to roost.
Well, our best guess is these dam eagles come here every year to winter because it's a private, secluded place near the Columbia River, which is a great food source for them. So this area was closed to the public in about 2004, and since then eagles have been coming here and using it as a winter roost site because it's private and secluded. They're undisturbed here, so it's a nice little quiet corner of the earth they can come to every year, and they're right next to the grocery store. They fish from the Columbia River here, so it's a good source of food.
Bald eagles generally roost in tall trees in protected places within about 8 miles of their feeding grounds, and they will winter just as far north as ice-free water permits.
Good eagle etiquette is to maintain a distance from them so you don't disturb them, and kind of whisper, use your indoor voices when you're out there looking at eagles.
Remember your eagle etiquette.
Yes.
Why are the eagles coming to the Dalles Dam?
Because there's no sales tax in Oregon and proximity to close motels.
Eagles primarily eat fish, waterfowl, and carrion, so being below the dam is perfect. Their diet consists of 90% fish, so they find live fish, and they eat spawned out salmon and shad and kind of clean up what's left down there.
They would eat these if they had a chance, and they'd even snatch them out of the talons of an osprey.
Did you know 23 million people took trips away from home last year to birdwatch?
Well, that means they're eating at local restaurants, staying at local hotels, shopping at local stores, and creating tourism jobs.
There are lots of jobs linked to wildlife-associated recreation.
Ranger.
The National Park Service.
Wildlife forensic scientist.
Biologist.
Raptor shows.
Wildlife management consultant.
App developer.
Photographer or videographer. Tour guide. You might wonder how all of this is connected to birdwatching.
I have a remarkable grasp of technology. I'm Googling it.
It's not just about birds, and animal-related science isn't just about the insides of the flora and fauna.
Oh, flora are plants, fauna are animals. I'm quite fond of them both.
Animal-related recreation is a billion-dollar business. Wildlife agencies have been sponsoring a national survey of fishing, hunting, and wildlife recreation every 5 years since 1955. Joe, any chance you've got some of those numbers? Pay attention, there's math involved.
The report found that more than 100 million Americans over the age of 16, or 40% of the U.S. population, engaged in some form of fishing, hunting, or wildlife-associated recreation. These individuals spent about $156 billion on expenditures related to these activities.
Birdwatching, or birding as its enthusiasts call it, is the fastest growing outdoor activity in America.
According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the unobtrusive world of birdwatching now includes about 1/5 of the American population, more than 50 million people. Birdwatchers outnumber hunters and fisher people combined. The great thing about birdwatching is that it exerts an overall positive rather than a negative effect on our world.
So when we come out here to look at eagles, there are many things going on.
Science.
The female eagles are larger than the males. They'll get up to an 8-foot wingspan. Technology.
Look it up.
Engineering.
Fish ladders.
Math. Hundreds of eagles equal thousands of jobs, millions of fans, billions of dollars. So the next time you're driving I-84 and see an eagle, you'll remember that it's more than just our national bird. It represents a vibrancy of life that's critical to the Columbia River Gorge.
And the world.
So what can we do to help other endangered animals?
Some examples of endangered species right here in the gorge include the northern spotted owl on both sides of the river, the western gray squirrel only on the Washington side.
Well, hey, due to the protection efforts, wolves were spotted in January 2018 in the Mount Hood National Forest. It was the first confirmed sighting of multiple wolves in the area since they were eradicated in the 1940s.
You can start by asking, why is biodiversity important? Eagles are no longer listed as an endangered species because scientists figured out what was harming them.
Yeah, DDT. Eagles ingested birds and animals that had fed on DDT-infested insects, which in turn made their eggshells thin and brittle, thus lowering the birth rate of their chicks.
Along with the Endangered Species Act, which identified birds and animals like the eagle and set up protections for them, the banning of DDT in the United States helped bring our national bird back from possible extinction. Don't just sit there, do something.